Good morning, everyone, and welcome to People Success and the Future of Work 2025. And thank you all for being here. We have a great lineup of speakers today, all ready to share valuable insights on topics that truly impact the world of people and culture right now. It's an honor for me to kick off this event and to do so by talking about something that's top of mind for all of us, the future of HR. My name is Marcus Wenmo. I'm the CEO of Eletive. And recently, we ran a survey to better understand what's truly keeping HR leaders up at night and what's shaping their strategies moving forward. Over 3,000 HR professionals across 20 different countries took part, a lot of different industries, a lot of different company sizes. And we asked them, what's your biggest challenges today? And also, what do you see coming next? Now, here's an interesting point. The respondents could select more than one challenge, and most actually did. Because the reality is, these challenges are interconnected. AI, retention, well-being, culture, everything I will talk about, it's part of the same evolving landscape. So yes, you will see that the percentages adds up to more than 100%. That's not a mistake. That will reflect the complexity of our world right now. HR isn't dealing with one single thing at a time. HR is balancing multiple priorities, and they're all influence each other. So what I want to do today, I want to walk through the top themes that came out of this survey. I will share what HR leaders are seeing globally, some real trends emerging, and also some few thoughts of my own experience working closely with organizations navigating this every day. I will walk through the top 10 challenges. Before I do so, I just want to point out that the data is clear. HR is right now evolving from a process-driven function to a strategic powerhouse using AI and analytics to drive business impact. And talking about AI, so let's start with the one that came up the most, AI and digitalization. 40% of HR leaders said that this is their number one challenge. And as we all know, the technology is evolving really fast. It's changing pretty much everything how we do it. How we hire, how we support managers, how we enable employees and engage employees. But it's not only about the tools, right? It's also about understanding how should we use it strategically and ethically. So we also need to make sure that AI helps us to enhance the human side of HR and not replacing it. So the big shifts we're seeing right now, talking to many HR leaders, AI is automating tasks like screening resumes, onboarding, analyzing survey results, but it is also helping us to deliver more personalized employee experience, everything from learning to career growth. But we also need to be mindful, as many leaders talk about, the fairness and bias of how AI is used. So HR leaders, of course, must consider fairness, transparency, and compliance in AI-driven decision-making. Many teams that we see today, they treat the AI like a co-pilot. They start small, learn fast, and of course, always keeping the people at the center. Let's jump into the next topic, something a bit more human, employee well-being. So 37% of HR leaders put this at the top of their list. And we're seeing more stress, more burnout, more people feeling disconnected. Quiet quitting isn't a buzzword anymore. It's actually a real thing. But well-being today isn't about yoga sessions and fruit baskets. It's about clarity, workload, recognition, and feeling like you matter. Many organizations are measuring well-being in real time, just like they measure sales or finance, and they act on challenges when they occur. So the key trends we're seeing talking to HR leaders is, of course, mental health remains a critical focus, with HR leaders investing in stress management, burnout prevention, and psychological safety. AI is now helping with things like analyzing feedback and offering well-being coaching. Hybrid work is being redefined to balance productivity with autonomy. We also see a lot of people talking about financial well-being is also on the radar, especially in times where economic stress are affecting the mental health. So the bottom line, if people feel good, they also perform better. It's just that simple. Looking at the next topic, culture was a big theme, especially when we talk to HR leaders in hybrid workplaces. 23% of HR leaders said that this is their top challenge. So many countries are still, and many companies are still figuring out who they are after the pandemic. Many of the in-office rituals are gone in many organizations or have changed. The hallway conversations are fewer, and then new rituals haven't really formed yet. And culture, at its core, it's how we do things around here. In a remote and distributed world, we need to design for that, and not just hope it happens by itself. So, what we're seeing right now, collaboration tools are changing how we connect and interact with each other, and sometimes making it feel more transactional. With AI doing more, trust and transparency becomes even more important. People want to work for companies with real values. This is what we see when we talk to HR leaders. Companies who actually walk the talk on diversity, sustainability, and social impact. And as we all know, culture isn't something that you write in a handbook. It's something that you design, build, and nurture every day. Let's go to the next topic, employee retention. And retention is always important, but today the rules have changed. 22% of HR leaders are focused on this. People aren't just leaving companies for money. They leave to find purpose, growth, flexibility, or because they don't feel seen at the current workplace. So retention starts on day one, during onboarding, during the first conversations you have, during the first feedbacks you have, is in all those small moments. So the trends we're seeing, tech is helping to map out and visualize clear career path and growth journeys within the company. Retention analytics can now also predict disengagement before it becomes a real problem. Well-being and flexibility are huge drivers for employee retention, especially for Gen Z. So, as someone framed it, if people feel they belong, they stay. It's just as simple as that. Going to the next topic, supporting managers. So 21% of HR leaders told us they're struggling to support their managers. And it's no wonder today's managers are juggling a lot, leading, coaching, hitting KPIs, handling uncertainty. Many don't have the training or the tools they need, and HR often needs to step in and to put up the fires. So what forward-thinking companies are doing right now, they're focusing on emotional intelligence, not only operational training. They're using AI-powered coaching to give real-time support. And they also give managers the data, like team sentiment or engagement insights, to guide them on how to lead. As we see it, managers are the connection point between strategy and the people. So if the managers thrive, everyone thrives. So let's talk about performance management. 20% of HR leaders flag this as a top concern. Many say that annual reviews just don't cut it anymore. People want real-time feedback. They want to know how people, how they're doing and how to grow in real time. We've also heard that performance is shifting from evaluation to enablement instead. So the main trends we're seeing right now is instant feedback on productivity and engagement is key. Continuously feedback loops are replacing 1 year reviews in many companies. Goal setting is becoming more dynamic and transparent. We have seen that for a couple of years now. And learning is being personalized with AI to help people actually close those skill gaps faster. So when performance is clear, fair, and growth focused, people also do their best at work. So the next topic is about leadership development. Just under 20% of HR leaders said this is a growing priority. So why is that? Because pretty much everything we talked about, culture, well-being, retention, depends on good leadership. So the leaders of tomorrow most likely need a new skill set, emotional intelligence, adaptability, coaching, and trust building. So what's changing right now? Leadership programs are becoming more personalized, flexible, and data-driven. Virtual leadership training is becoming the norm in many companies right now. AI is also helping to assess leadership effectiveness and guide development. And we also see that we're moving from a one-size-fits-all leadership program to more continuous and embedded learning. Let's jump into the next topic. So let's talk about something that we hear a lot of HR teams are being asked right now. Can you prove it's working? So just under 20% of HR leaders said that measuring the impact of their initiatives is one of their biggest challenges. So in these times, budgets are tighter, expectations are higher, and HR needs to speak the language of business more than ever right now. So here's what we're heading. Analytics, often AI powered, are helping us to connect the dots between HR work and business outcomes. Real-time engagement dashboards shows the sentiments as they happened, and that's 6 months or 12 months later. Predictive tools helps us ahead to find issues and challenges before they become problems. And we're also getting more sophisticated at measuring retention, diversity, well-being in ways that also drive meaningful change. Some people say that the more HR can quantify the impact, the more influence HR will have. HR has the data, so now we also need to use it in a strategic way. Another topic that came up is employer branding, and it's evolved a lot. 18% of HR leaders still name this as a top focus. And what's also really interesting is that we see a shift in purpose. So it's not only about attracting talents anymore, it's about retaining talent. And your brand isn't what candidates see on LinkedIn, it's what your people experience every day. This is how many leaders out there frame it. So the trends we're seeing right now, employee advocacy is becoming key, letting your people share their culture in their own words. AI tools is now analyzing sentiments to show how brand is actually perceived internally. Review sites like Glassdoor and LinkedIn carry more weight right now. And brand promises are becoming employee promises. The strongest employer brands are built from the inside out, with a clear focus on delivering a consistent employee experience. So as one person framed it, a stronger employer brand starts from the inside. If your people are thriving, your brand will follow. And last but not least, employee lifecycle management. It might not sound that exciting at first, but it's one of the most powerful levers HR has. Around 13% of HR leaders mention this as a key area. And the big question is, are we making every stage of the employee journey feel intentional and connected? And here's what's happening in the world of people and culture. AI is making recruitment and onboarding faster, smoother, and more engaging. Career development is being personalized, helping employees grow and stay, of course. Offboarding is being transformed with automated exit interviews, real-time insights into why people leave a company. We also see some internal platforms that helps retain talent by showing people their next steps within the company and not outside of it. So managing the full employee life cycle isn't just operational, it's strategic. And how we turn moments into momentum going forward. So here we see an overview of all the topics we have discussed. You also see two additional topics on the right-hand side. You can read more about these topics in a report that we will launch after this event. But that's everything from me. What can we take away from this? The world of HR is shifting fast. AI, new ways of working, changing expectations. It's a lot, of course, but with the right mindset, the right tools, I believe that HR can lead this change, not only react to it. HR is no longer only supporting the business. You are the business, you shape the culture, you enable the leaders, and you drive performance. Thank you so much for listening, and now is the time for some questions. Not that many questions, and feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn if you have any more questions, and I will make sure to answer them there. Thank you so much from my side. Hope you have an amazing day. Bye-bye.